Welcome now our friend Alderman William Hall, 6th Ward. Alderman Hall, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Just down there with a contingent of other local policymakers. You went to the border. You saw what was down there. Key takeaways?
Yeah, key takeaways. Number one, we need common sense border policy, ASAP. Secondly, we need an aid package here in Chicago because we are dealing with the effects of a lapsed border policy, paying for the mistakes that Congress is making right now. And so what I saw was El Paso, San Antonio, they have the support of the federal government to intake those who are crossing the border seeking asylum. Asylum seekers have a right to this country. And so as they come across the border and they're looking for better hope and chance, they're choosing Chicago, New York, and other places. And so those cities have the support of the federal government to handle the influx, sometimes upwards of 6,000 to 7,000 a day.
Yeah. Texas really did play this game pretty unbelievable if you're talking about a chess match. They wanted to bring attention to a border crisis. They have brought attention, throwing cities like Chicago into chaos. We talk with volunteers organization too who say there's no coordination here. We don't know who needs blankets, who needs feeding, what police station needs what. I mean, what? And you say this is consuming a lot of your time. What do we need to do here?
We need a common sense border policy. I want to thank Congressman Jonathan Jackson for beginning to launch an investigation into this, because what happens is once you cross the border and you're seeking asylum, you immediately go to a base camp, a security camp ran by Border Patrol, Homeland Security. Once you clear security, now while in there, everything is taken away from you except for the bare minimum, your phone, a few money, a few dollars you have. You leave that place, barbed wire fence, and with nothing. And from there, you are grabbed and you put on buses. Governor Abbott buses don't even tell you where you're going. The city of El Paso, San Antonio mayor, they do everything they can under international law to get people to the cities where they can make the case for asylum. Chicago is that city. Now, let's also remember that there are people that live here. They have family here, sponsors here that will help them through their asylum. And so without the presence of a common sense border policy and funds to help us in Chicago, it gets difficult. But what we did do down there is connect the non-for-profits at the border that have the federal support with the non-for-profits here to begin to communicate so that we can get resources in the hands the minute they leave that barbed wire gate outside of that security base.
Okay, so let's talk about Mayor Brandon Johnson. He said he was going to go, then he's not going to go. Then there was this, as he called it, assault on an alder woman yesterday, which I've seen assaults, and this was maybe a battery. He then tweeted out, an alder person in aid while attempting to meet constituents were victim of physical attack by area residents, and then he called it unconscionable. Now, this is also a mayor who, when there's teens downtown, mob actions, when we have visitors and people coming here being assaulted, he talks down to that. He doesn't really talk anything about the thousands of people who have been victims of violent crime here. And now one official gets into a little bit of a tete-a-tete. Seems like a double standard here.
Well, that's the reason why we came home early, is to wrap our arms around our sister. She's doing her job. She was attacked. That's why we came home, to support her, to love on her, because she is first a human. Secondly, we must look at...
But I'm saying when Mayor Brandon Johnson, when he talks about crime, he often doesn't poo-poo it, but doesn't even allow us to describe what's happening. Mob actions, people downtown getting assaulted, people afraid on the Mag Mile. But now it happens to an alderwoman, and he's out there preaching it's unconscionable. Isn't there a double message there?
No, she's an elected official, and that there are laws.
And why are they any more important than any resident of Chicago?
Well, at the end of the day, what we do not want is a climate in which officials are being attacked, and we don't want a climate where no one is being attacked. It's the both and, not the either or. And so what our mayor has done, number one, going back to the border, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to send your delegation. It's not uncommon. The Secretary of State came before the president did in Israel. And so he did the right thing to make sure that he gets the facts. We report back. We're going to give him those facts. Secondly, again, we're creating a climate when anyone can be attacked because of failed policies. When you don't have border policies and you don't have an investment in the city, people are in distress, uprising. And so hands on anybody is against the law. Right. And so to continue to have a narrative glorifying the problems in Chicago, Chicago and not dealing with the solution is why every day we're not going to continue to tell the same story. We see the issue. We just got a new superintendent. Superintendent Snelling has said that he's going to take a different approach to this. And so it's only 30 weeks or so. And so, in my opinion, what we have to consider is that we inherited a lot of issues, and we're doing everything we can to fix what we have to fix.
And of course, you're new. You have inherited a lot of this. I appreciate you taking that question on. One key takeaway, if you give me one thing, what did you learn the most in your time at the border?
Failed federal policy, abandonment of a federal aid package is the reason why we're dealing with it the way we are in Chicago.
Why it's so important for Congress
to act immediately.
And the federal, the executive branch to get involved.
$100 billion in being sent in aid. What if 10% of that $100 billion came to Chicago? We wouldn't have the distress. We wouldn't have the uprise that you saw yesterday from my sister in the 12th Ward.
Alderman William Hall, 6th Ward, we appreciate your time and always
Thank you.
appreciate your candor. Thank you for coming with us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.